So I made a post where I asked you guys to give me video ideas. I said, what should the next video be about? And if you clicked on read more over here, you could see that I said, please, no crazy ideas, please. And you know what? The first comments by Bench was join in the Nayash Discord server. That's scary. I'm already scared, okay? I'm scared. I'm scared. No, don't put me in that situation. No. I'm crying. Anyways, forget about it. Today's video gonna be about GUI versus TUI. Yeah, let's get started. I'm actually gonna make a video about joining the Nayash Discord server, so stay tuned. The difference between a GUI and a TUI is essentially the difference between driving a modern car with a touchscreen display, 25 airbags, heated seats and all the cool features, versus piloting a Formula 1 race car with manual controls and a few essentials. Crash the thing and I promise you will see something similar to this. Now, someone would ask, what's a GUI and what's a TUI? What's do stand for? Bravo, great question. A GUI stands for Graphical User Interface, and the TUI stands for Text-Based User Interface. Let me explain a bit further. And let's start with the flashy one, the GUI. The GUI is what most people interact with every single day. Think of your desktop, your smartphone, or any application with icons, buttons, and menus you can click. How it works is that it uses graphics, pixels, colors, visual layouts to present informations and actions. Use a mouse, trackpad, or your finger to point and click. Let's say you want to delete a file. You drag it to the little picture of the trash can and that's it. If you want to open a program, you click it and you're good to go. It's super easy for new users in case you live under a rock and you never interacted with a graphical user interface. But the downside is that it's resource heavy. All those pretty icons and animations take up a lot of system resources like RAM and CPU. So a simple computer running just a GUI is like a sports car idling in traffic. It's using fuel just to look good. Why am I using cars as my examples? Also, it's slower for batch operations. So let's say you want to rename 50 files. You have to click rename 50 times. So I guess you'll be there for the whole afternoon trying to just rename 50 files, right? Okay, to help you understand better, we'll have to switch to the other side, the TUI, or often the CLI, which stands for Command Line Interface. It's basically the same thing. It's usually get the attention of developers, system administrators, and people who like to feel powerful use. This is where you talk to the computer using plain text commands, and that's really it. There's basically no fancy graphics whatsoever. You will see a blinking cursor on a simple background that is often black. I mean, you can change it, but it's usually black. The darkness itself, and you communicate by typing commands, of course. For example, using the command ls to list files, or cd/home/user to change directory. The upside is that it's extremely fast and responsive. It requires minimal system resources, so it's lightning fast, like, you know what that means? Like, it's super fast, you know, like a Ferrari, you know, like a Ferrari. Have you ever like heard of a Ferrari? Yeah, like a Ferrari. You drive a Ferrari that's as fast as a Ferrari, or even faster. So to explain it even better, you're basically talking to the operating system brain without any visual things that will interrupt you during the process. And also remember those 50 files you wanted to rename earlier, right? Now you can do that easily with one line of code. You type the code and you press enter and that's it. No clicking required whatsoever. It can turn repetitive tasks into a single automated process, and honestly that's really good. Not only when it's about managing files, but when it's related to managing your servers, for example, in case you're interested in that. Of course, it's not all positive because it has its downsides as well. Since the TUI, or the text-based user interface, is mainly related to command you type on a black screen. That means you definitely should learn what to type on that black screen, alright? You get it? It's not that easy. Definitely has a learning curve to it, so keep that in mind. Now for my smart fellows out there that will install an OS with no graphical user interface and call it a day, thinking that they can save the CPU and memory usage while still being able to use apps or something similar, please don't be silly. If life was really that easy, then you were going to be able to use a fridge with a touchscreen as your laptop. Saving resources is cool, but this comes with the price of taking anything graphical and fancy. Now, it's definitely possible to have something in the middle, which we already have actually. Windows, for example, is mainly a graphical user interface, but it still gives you access to the terminal, or what we call the CMD. be. The same with Mac and the same with Linux. But Linux is most known for taking full advantage of both the graphical user interface and the TUI, which is the terminal-based user interface, with something like Hyperland being really simple and it feels like a TUI, while in reality it's a GUI that can perform anything you want it to perform, like surfing the net. As an example, Hyperland and Tile and Windows Manager is going to be a subject for a future video, so if you want something like that, let me know in the comments. Anyways, I gotta go walk my fish. Bye bye.